East Podcast, WATP.
I talked to John's attorney today, and I think I'll talk more about it on Point Dabble Point on Friday. But I asked him a lot of questions. I was just like, I hope you have time. I just, a lot of questions about legalities and the law and stuff. But two of the questions I asked were, hey, what's it like working with John Melendez? No comment. And then my other question that I asked is, what do you think about Vince and Bessie's lawsuit? Have you seen that? No comment.
Have you seen that?
I go, 12.5 million. That sounds like a lie. He's like, no comments. He's seen it. He's definitely seen it. I'm sure
that thing.
I'm sure he's heard all about it. I'm sure he doesn't want to get involved in that at all. So that was a fun conversation.
Sounds like a short one.
No, it went on for a while. There was a lot discussed in that conversation. Oh, so let me play this first. Let's get into our John segment here, because there was a line in the song that John, I feel small. Mm-hmm. It's about having a small penis, which has never been done before. Definitely not by the guy who employed John for 15 years.
Right.
It's insane. I went on Drew Lane's show yesterday, and we played it together out there, and they were just like taken aback. The one thing everyone knows about Howard Stern is he talks about a small penis. And John, now 4 years after leaving the show, writes a song about not having a big penis. Pick anything else. Small testicles, bloody ass, anything. Just don't do that, So this is what John picked up on as far as like what I was goofing on. He was shoehorning in some rhymes and stuff. Yeah. And so this is what John's like, I don't know about this.
There you go, DJ. I'm small, like a jalapeno.
It's one of them.
I mean, the little I saw of Lady K. Oh, wow, John changed the he said I'm so small when I'm in the urinal. Oh, yeah. So John, it's urinal. Yeah. Oh, really, Lady K? Really? So you're saying no other artist has changed the way a word's pronounced so it rhymes? Really? There are so many, it's not funny that have done that. But of course, I'm the person who's dumb.
That's a pretty good drop right there.
That is actually pretty good.
Very true.
So he goes, all right, so people don't pronounce urinal in order to rhyme with small, but lots of artists do that. I'm like, well, give me an example.
Right.
There's lots, like, give me one example. He does. Thank goodness for that. Check this example out.
Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer. I thought it was Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer. Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer. I don't know. Is Tom Sawyer short for Tom Sawyer? Exit the warrior, today's Tom Sawyer.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Lady K, you're so stupid.
Yeah, I'm stupid. Why would he say Tom Sawyer? He doesn't. He says Tom Sawyer. It's warrior. Sawyer.
It's one of the few things you can make out of that song,
Yes.
actually. No one knows the words to
So
it.
fucking stupid, this guy.
Yeah.
That was his one example. He's like, oh shit, who else has done that? And he comes up with that. I mean, you're familiar with the Rush song, Tom
Yeah,
Sawyer?
of course. Yeah, that's insane.
Does anyone think he doesn't pronounce Sawyer in
No.
that song?
It's very clear. You said it exactly right. That is one of the few clear things in that song.
And then he does the elephant thing and blows his hair back. I was just about to make a Patton Oswalt joke, and now he looks like, okay.
Okay. So I played a couple clips of the show on our bonus show yesterday, but there's some more things that I wanted to get into that he goes into, because John is saying, I wanted an interview with him making fun of a mentally handicapped person. Now, people have seen this video. It's been circulating. Elisa Jordana used to do Kermit and Friends. And one time John came on as a guest. This is a couple of years ago. I'm sure you've seen it. Where there's like a guy in the corner who's not all there. And John just starts making like quirky jokes or I don't know if that's the right word, but he's making fun of like the guy for being mentally handicapped. And for some reason I get involved in this. I've never even commented on that before.
And yet Lady K wants to send the school an interview I did 10 years ago where I didn't know there was a person who was mentally challenged. I had no idea. With Elisa Jordana. As far as I'm concerned, Elisa Jordana is mentally challenged. And I had no idea this person was mentally challenged. But I was going to try and, let's send it to the school. And, yeah. Wow. So let's try and hurt my income. Isn't that an act of violence, Lady K? Isn't that your definition of an act of violence? Going after somebody's form of income? Isn't that what you would consider an act of violence? Well, judging by what you said in the early days, you said by trying to adversely affect somebody's income and their way of making any money, that is an act of violence. But I guess it doesn't mean anything to you anymore. And you know why, Lady K? Because nothing means anything to you anymore. You have no ethics, no scruples, no morals. All you do is bullshit, and you'll lie when it suits you the best. And this is what you did here. This is exactly what you did. Hey, everybody, let's go contact the school. Well, Lady K, why?
Okay. Can I just say, before I analyze that clip, that Stuttering John Melendez gave my father cancer, and I don't appreciate that. John, why did you give my dad cancer? I know that you and I have a thing, but giving him cancer was a dick move. He didn't deserve that. Also, John broke into my brother's house and destroyed his entire Mountain Dew collection. Like, why would you do that, John? It's so evil to do. Like, why would you go into my brother's house? You broke into it, and you took all of the memorabilia that he has, and there's thousands of pieces there, and he destroyed all of it. What a fucking asshole. The point I'm trying to illustrate here is, play the tapes! John, I've never told anyone to send anything to your school. I'm not trying to get anyone fired. I've said the opposite of that nonstop. He's making all of this up. This is insane. He's a lunatic. He's lost it. He's completely lost the plot. He has no idea what he's talking about. John, never say I've done anything until you can play a fucking tape. Prove it. If you can't prove it, then shut the fuck up, because you're lying. You're making this shit up out of nowhere. Anyway, play the tape is the point that I'm trying to make.
That's what you're getting at?
But seriously, stop breaking into my parents' house, my brother's house.
Yeah, enough of the cancer.
Giving people cancer and stealing their
You know what
stuff.
an act of violence is? His fucking shirt. He cannot wear a shirt with a collar.
No
matter what.
Oh, collars do not like him at all. They're trying to get away. Look at that collar. It's like, what? Let's get out of here.
Yeah. And really, no one has done more to hurt his income than him. Holy shit.
Dude, I've only helped his income.
I know.
How would John make money right now if it weren't for me?
I don't usually like commenting about incomes, but
Yeah.
there is no way that he would have any money if it was not for you.
Quick history lesson. Dabblers Anonymous, the subreddit, started because everyone was posting all that shit on the Who Are These Podcasts subreddit, and our mod said, enough of the John shit. It's too much. They went, all right, we'll start our own subreddit. Dabblers Anonymous started. And the Dabbleverse was born. And so all these people who watch John and super chat him and insult him is all because Who Are These Podcasts was goofing on him, because he is the worst podcaster on the internet. And I'll say it again. I'm obligated to cover this man because my show is about shitty podcasts. I decided many years ago I was going to do a podcast about shitty podcasts. John has the worst podcast on the internet by far. So I have to cover it. It's my job. It's my beat. You know, the boss came to me and he goes, Carl, John's your beat. I'm like, you got it, boss. I'm on it.
And to your credit, you're not just covering it now. You're doing Living in the Past. You're covering all of it.
Yes, we're giving you the history.
Very slowly
of
catching
this.
up.
Yes, we understand all of this stuff.
All the deep dives.
No, honestly, I don't know what John would be doing for income if it weren't for the $5 insulting super chats. But you're welcome, John. If you ever want to thank me,
I mean,
you're welcome.
He allegedly couldn't do the post office for 2 weeks, but there's a lot of speculation that never fucking happened.
I think it did. We're going to hear a voicemail from someone.
Okay.
I think you did work for the post office, but he couldn't cut it.
There's quite the back and forth on the internet about
He couldn't cut it. What's crazy is that he was a mail carrier, which is definitely skipping the line.
Yeah.
From what I heard, getting a job at the post office means you're sorting.
Yeah, you usually start on the back.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like
doing some
boot
bullshit.
camp.
You're doing some bullshit jobs for a while, and then getting a route is what people want to have.
Right.
So John got a route immediately after 2 weeks of training. He's out on a route, and he didn't like it. So 2 weeks later, he quit. He's in L.A. I live in the armpit of New York. My mail carrier has to walk up to my house. That's where my mailbox is. Through snow, through sleet, through all this shit. L.A. is like a perfect climate. It rains 3 times a year. Am I wrong? There's a reason why every asshole moved out to Southern California. It's because of the fucking climate.
Because Canoga Park is beautiful.
Canoga Park is really nice. Very scenic out there. So John just turned a new leaf. He did this 5 days ago, where he said, I'm no longer talking about family. Guys, I've been in the gutter. I'm getting out of the gutter. We're no longer talking about family anymore. And we all realized immediately, it's like, oh, this attorney that you have that's going after Kate and me and Julie and Bob and everyone told you to stop talking about families. And John goes, that's not true at all.
Now, you all seem to think it was my lawyer that convinced me to stop the family shit. I will tell you that I had made that decision weeks prior.
Weeks prior? It was 5 days ago.
Right. While I was talking about your families, I was thinking this over.
It was like 3 days ago at most. What do you mean he did that weeks prior? It's so stupid. Also, I spoke with his attorney today, and he made it very clear that he was the catalyst for this, that he was the one who told John to stop talking about families. But what's great is that John's so stupid, he can't keep a lie going.
No.
So just moments after that, he contradicts himself.
Yes, my lawyer said I shouldn't do it. So I said, okay, I won't. I won't.
You all think that my lawyer told me to do this. That's not right. Yeah, my lawyer did tell me to do this. I said, okay.
It has to be his idea.
He's so stupid.
It has to be his
why would he
idea.
say he just figured that out weeks ago? What's he talking about? And now all of a sudden,
Why would it matter?
Why
Who
would
gives
it
a
matter?
shit?
I know who gives a shit. And now all of a sudden, he won't read super chats from Noga, who's one of the viewers who gives him lots of super chats, because he couldn't just read the super chat. He had to act out the woman dying, which is Shuli's mom. It's fucking horrific. And now John's above that. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's get Cardiff in here. What's up, Cardiff?
Oh, hello.
Yo.
Oh, hello.
A revelation, though, on the postal thing that he was likely hired as a third-party contractor. That's why I write to the
Well,
go out and
I saw that too. And that's very possible. I
no
don't
mention
know.
of a test. No mention
Right.
because if he aced a civil service test, we would know about it.
Okay, all right. That makes a lot of sense. That's making some sense.
So I think they just, if that's the case, they send him to the front line. They're like, he's just going to quit. He's not going to hack this.
Yeah, let's give him the worst route. Let's put him in the
He'll be
ghetto.
out of here in a couple weeks.
Put him in the ghetto and see what happens. That's interesting. That's a fun theory. Oh, it's fun to speculate on things we know nothing about on the internet, isn't it? Who doesn't enjoy it?
So much fun.
All right. So John goes on to explain the reason why he started ripping on my wife and my brother and my sister-in-law and my sister and my dad and everyone else in my family is because it was 3 strikes you're out. I did 3 things to his family, and that was finally, that's what it takes to get him to go after. So if anyone wants John to go after their family, you got to do 3 things. So he explains that. And, the first thing, of course, was when John reads his book and he says his book's dedicated to my
Losers.
three kids. And I went, oh, those kids sound like losers. That doesn't hurt your family. It's a fucking joke, idiot. Yeah. And, but no, John says, I started this.
You did those 3 strikes. And I even went over it with your good buddy, Vinny Moonhead Paulino, who even said, well, the first 2 was tongue-in-cheek, which I don't agree with. But he said the third was over the top. The third is wrong.
Well, Vinny doesn't fucking know shit. Dude, watch the creep off. And there's one thing you'll learn about the creep offs. I think Vinny doesn't know anything about anything. I don't care what his opinion is on this shit.
Join us for Point Table Point on Friday.
Yeah, Vinny's
4
going to be
p.m.
on Point Devil Point. So will producer Chris. Should be fun. Cardiff, what are you doing on Friday?
Point Table Point.
Placing Vinny, it sounds like.
Yeah, no shit. Good point.
Wrong. So even your own friend, Lady K, said you were wrong. And that is...
Can I tell you what the third thing is that John claims was so bad? So Vinny's just like, he's just taking a piss. Like, that's not a big deal. But the third thing was when I said that his daughter, Lily, looked like she could be Baba Booey's daughter. And that's an insult to Baba Booey. The reason why I know that I said that is because John's repeated it ad nauseum.
A lot of times.
Like he repeated it again in this show. And I'm like, Jesus, I would have forgotten about that
He's
joke.
jealous he didn't come up with a joke.
That's insane. But that was the, bridge too far, apparently.
So even your own friend, Lady K, said you were wrong.
By the way, that's very defamatory to say that I'm friends with Vinnie Paulino. Wow, that's slander right
I picture him going to give Lily a hug, and he's like looking at her.
Maybe that shook him.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, interesting. I never even thought of that angle where he's going, why am I paying child support for Baba Booey's kid? That's where his head would go.
Takes her out for shrimp to see how she eats them.
Well, the question is, who did he call first, Susanna or Gary?
That's a good question.
And that is when I started putting pictures of your brother. That is when I started with your family. Was not until you drew First Blood.
But he came out on his
and
podcast.
it's Third Blood, really.
Right. He came out on his podcast just last week and said it doesn't matter who started it.
Yeah,
Remember, he was turning over a new leaf. Yeah. He's like, families are out of this. It doesn't matter. And he's already back into, but you started it. John, I thought it didn't matter. I thought we didn't care about that.
What he needs, like when you have your attorney sitting next to somebody in an interview and they're going, no, no, no. He needs his attorney sitting right off camera going, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
No, don't need any of this.
No.
Right.
Stop. Back it up.
Yeah, he'd be like, oh, I got this. Okay.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Which is exactly what I want
I know the
see.
law.
All right. So John is not happy with me, guys.
But at this point, no. So go ahead. Do what you want, shitware. Because at this point, there's nothing I'm going to do to stop you anyway. Because you're not a good person. Lady K, you're not a good person. You've proven to be a really deranged, bad, sad, pathetic individual.
I like you, John.
Hey, man, buck up.
Come on, John. I thought we could have been friends.
They're just words, Carl.
Maybe, under different circumstances in another world, you and I could have been friends.
I mean, it's all you've ever wanted.
You've seen my shrine to John in the basement here.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that still of John.
He's trying to hurt me now. I don't know what's going on. It's so stupid.
He is so miserable and lonely.
Yeah. Oh, he is miserable and lonely is a good way to describe John Melendez. All right. So as I mentioned, I played John's entire song, I Feel Small, which that riff starts off his podcast. It's why he struck Chad's channel. Anytime someone is sniping him, he pulls that up. He's just like, oh, copyright strike. I'll take you down. I'll take your house. All this kind of stuff.
Coming down the pike.
So I was like, I'll test that. It'll be fun. So I played the entire song. And John's going to explain that he's got the copyright.
I'm talking about playing a copyrighted song. My songs are registered with BMI.
So are mine.
And they are copyrighted.
That doesn't make a
I
copyright.
have you documentation. Lady K is in for a big fucking mistake. And it's downloaded already.
That sentence was a big fucking mistake. I'm in for a big fucking mistake. John, you're an idiot. Howard Stern once said, John, you're only funny when you're not trying to be funny.
Totally.
Howard Stern's a smart man.
I see him going to look for the copyright like he's looking for his Mensa card. Oh, I got it right over here.
Have you seen this episode?
Oh, no, does he?
Does he pull out a
Spoiler.
file of facts?
Spoiler.
I've been spending too much time with this guy.
It's around here somewhere.
For a big fucking mistake. And it's downloaded already.
Okay.
But the point is, I Feel Small is not only
Bad.
registered with BMI, it's copyrighted.
Okay.
And I have the documentation of the copyright. And Lady K played it.
Yeah. Look at him, he's so smug.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we will. It's a good thing
God.
It's a good thing I was like transformative with that.
Yeah.
When I played the video, I paused it many times, made comments how ridiculous it was, the
Right.
art that he had on the wall.
I know it's tempting to just
Peace
rock
sign.
out to it, but
Yeah, I know. I couldn't help but stop it and make fun of every rhyme scheme.
every single thing about it.
Cramming in all those syllables in that one verse. It's such a bad song. It's so not funny. What he's trying to accomplish, he's so far off from. But, John, if you own the copyright to that, then all I have to tell you is read the fair use clause of the Copyright Act, and you'll find that I've done nothing wrong, as usual. Remember this, how you got into this whole thing? John always says just like, yeah, I mean, the whole thing was that I didn't understand how copyright law worked and fair use, and Royce tried to warn me, and I went after him, and I shouldn't have. He's right back at it again.
Every time.
It's fucking stupid.
Where is Royce for this guy?
I think I know why he thinks he has the copyright.
Why?
Back in the day, I don't know if you know this, Carl. I used to be a musician myself.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, when we
you still are, Cardiff. Don't sell yourself short on that.
Stop
it, guys.
I've heard some riffs coming up from over there.
Come on, play us a song.
But we always used to tell ourselves if we're going to be big rock stars, what we have to do is copyright our music so we don't get ripped off.
Right.
All you have to do is send yourself a tape, registered mail, and leave it sealed. This is what we always used to tell each other, so that there was a date stamp on the seal, and just leave that envelope sealed forever.
Cardiff.
And then if you ever have to go to court.
It's funny you say that. My first band, I did exactly that because someone told me, yeah, the cheap way to copyright this is just mail it to yourself. And then it's government, you can prove that it's your
he has a box of envelopes
content.
somewhere.
And I literally did that with my first band. But no, John actually has a copyright because in this clip, he's going to try to find it. Now, I'm going to go around the room. What do you guys think? Will he find it? And what's the over-under and how long it'll take if he does? Producer Chris, what do you think?
No, he doesn't find it.
Okay. Lucy.
No, he can't possibly find it.
How long will you look for it?
The entire episode, so an hour.
An hour.
It's gonna be an hour of him going every so often.
I'll take the under on that. Cardiff, what do you think?
I'm taking whatever the numbers. I'm taking the over.
Okay.
No way he's finding anything.
I didn't speed this up. This is all real time, so we'll enjoy this
bet on how many
together.
Mason and Portland. Okay. When I show my copyright.
So Mason in Portland says, apologize to Zumach for false copyright strikes. And the reason why he wrote that is because John decided to strike Zumach's channel for playing that little intro thing that we talked about. And it's bullshit because, as I proved, I played the whole thing on my show and nothing happened.
Things are fine.
Well, so far. We'll see what happens. I could be homeless tomorrow, so I don't want to get too cocky here. But that's what Mason in Portland is telling John.
When I show my copyright, which I will,
Okay.
When I show the copyright, I can probably pull it up right now if I want. Let me see.
You probably can. You're really good at computers. Yep. Just start searching that thing.
I should have guessed for more clicking.
There's an Keep track of that.
All righty.
The way he stares at these.
Okay. Let me see if I looked it up.
The way he stares at these screens, I'd love to be behind him, seeing what he's looking at.
I know
You are.
Just a blue screen. No, I want to see what he's looking at. You know what I mean? Let's see how he tries to search his computer. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Here
wow.
we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right, John, let's see it. He's got proof. He owns the copyright. And his eyes are darting.
There it is.
There it is. All right, here we go. There it is.
There is my copyright.
Okay, cool. Show it. Show us the copyright, John. You got this,
Hold
buddy.
on. So that's the whole one.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're back to typing.
So that was a partial copyright, I guess?
I know. He goes, where's the full one? What's he talking about? Dumbest man I've ever encountered in my life.
We're only at 4. I'm kind of impressed by that.
This is not
Yeah, but we're at-
this is not the paper I'm looking for. 95
seconds, though. This is insane how long this is taking. This is not a show.
Find the paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is it?
I
I
thought he
saved
had
but
it.
I can't find it right now.
We can't find it right now.
Let's see.
You'll get it later.
I can't log in right now.
What is it on Facebook?
Yeah, I know. Where is this copyright? He needs to log in.
I know I can't find it now, but I'll find it. 'Cause I
Okay.
have the actual like it's like a diploma kind of thing, not
It
a
is?
diploma, but it's an actual copyright.
Copyright school.
But I can't do it on the fly right now.
So that means we can Amazon a copyright too,
You
right?
can't do anything on the fly. All right, so the answer to the question was no, he didn't find it, and he spent over 2 minutes looking for it,
And
thinking
also-
that it would happen.
9 uhs.
9 uhs, yeah, so under on the uhs.
But what did he find that he thought he found it? That's the most perplexing.
He probably has a file that's called copyright.ping. Anyway, oh, here it is. Here it is.
Who are these podcasts?